Welcome back everyone to Neo Racing's BTCC Replica Championship from Silverstone Grand Prix. This is the sprint race and off we go. It's a good start from the BMW, the orange BMW of Jay. Trying to go around the outside of TY. There's Neil on the first corner. Everyone's keeping it tidy so far. Coming up to Village Corner and then the loop. Everyone's on the brakes. TY's gone around the outside of Bidzster. Jay's trying to go around the outside of Keith. Then he's got the inside for the little hairpin. A little bit of contact. Neil might get advantage of Keith. And Domingo and Danny make contact in the background. Keith's going to try and keep around the outside of Neil, but now he has to stuck in behind. I think Blayton's had a bit of a moment at the first corner as well because he's back down in 9th. Anyway, we'll get some replays of that later on. So into Brooklands, in towards Luffield. TY and Bidzster at the front. TY's at the front from Bidzster, right on his tail. That looks like it's going to be a good ding-dong battle. Then further back we've got Keith in 5th, closely followed by Jamo and Stevie. Now with Silverstone, the BMWs have got a really good acceleration, so the BMWs will be good on a straight line. They seem to have a couple of mile/an-hour extra top speed on the others, but we'll soon see if that advantage comes to them at some point in the race. We're coming in towards Maggots, Beckix. Glorious bit of racetrack this. Real test of car control. And coming out of it looks like Jamo might be looking to make a move on Keith here if he can get. He's got a good run. See if he can take advantage of it. He's on the outside. He's going to try and get past before the corner, see if he can use the BMW's superior straight line speed, but Keith's going to try and keep the inside. Jamo manages to go around the outside. Oh no, he's going wide though, he's going wide. He's gone wide. I think they're still side by side. Jamo's going to try and keep up the inside towards the chicane at Club, and he's got it. Good work there. Thought he'd lost it for a minute and going too wide at Stowe, but looks like it was all okay in the end. So Stevie's closing up onto the back of Keith now. Blayton looks like he's challenging Danny in the background as well. Let's have a look at what's happening here. Oh, that's Blayton challenging Domingo. Beg your pardon. And Blayton goes a bit wide. Blayton goes a bit wide and gets out of control. Has to dab the brakes under to keep the car straight. Now let's have a look at Bidzster and TY. They're still close, but Bidzster can't find a way past TY yet. See how that develops later on. Right, let's have a look at what happened at the first corner on board with Danny at the back. So let's have a look. So looking into the second corner, Stevie goes up the inside of Blaney, and then they make contact. Then coming up towards the loop, Danny decides to have a little bit of a late down at this side of Domingo, and just a bit of contacts made, but all apologies were said and everything continued okay after that. Wide angle camera shot now, there we go. There's Neil trying to catch up to the back of Jay Hewson in the orange BMW. Of course, Neil's in the Mercedes, which does lack straight line speed, but it makes up for it in agility around the corners. You see Neil really trying to keep up with the back. He's on the curb, so you have to take different lines, front wheel drive and rear wheel drive. I think we've got a close battle back here as well with Domingo and Blaney as well. We'll make sure we keep an eye on that. Into Cops. Oh, Jamo gets a bit out of shape there. Might have left a door open for Keith when the camera decides to wake up and do what it's supposed to do. Let's go on board with Keith. Yeah, Keith got past Jamo there. Yeah, he's looking on board with Jamo now. Yeah, he got past. Oh, Keith makes a mistake. Jamo goes through. Jamo goes through. Here's Keith. He's alright. He's recovered. He's got Stevie closing up though, and this is on board with Stevie. Go back to the trackside camera. Stevie's going to look at the inside. In the inside into Stowe. And Keith manages to keep the overrun of speed on the outside and manages to keep ahead for now. Will he have a challenge into Club? I don't think Stevie's close now. Stevie's not close enough now. Neil's still on the back of Jay. Still can't manage to find a way past. Meanwhile, at the front, Bidzster and TY managing to pull a gap on the rest. Still only a 3/10 apart though, and well, you can barely fit a piece of paper between the two of them at the minute. Bidzster's really trying. He's letting the car go loose on the marbles. TY has a bit of a lock up there. In towards the loop, coming up towards Aintree onto the Wellington Straight. Doesn't look like how it's going to develop so far yet. We'll come back to that battle in a little while. Meanwhile, he's Domingo and Blakeney. We just came to that as Blakeney decided to give Domingo a little nudge. Say, hello mate, I'm behind you, just in case you didn't know. Now he's Domingo's got a bit of a gap now, so we'll go back to the battle for third. Oh, Jamo's made a move. Jamo's got past Neil. Jamo's got past Neil. Now it's going to be the BMW twins. Having said that, I can't write off Neil just yet because he's right up Jamo's back end. So as you can see here, this is where the BMWs will pull away from the Mercedes a little bit. I'll just show you what I mean. If we go on board with Neil, you can see the BMWs just pulling away a little bit on the straight, and then Neil should, yeah, with the front wheel drive, get a bit closer in the mid corner. And then the BMW, you'll just see the squirt of the BMW. Might not see it on this particular bit, but maybe on the hanger straight in a little while. Anyway, let's go back to the outside camera. Maggots, Beckett's, Chapel onto the straight now. Neil did get a good run. He's got to try and stay in the draft though, because the BMW is going to be really fast down the straight. Got to really keep in that draft. Jamo's do going defensive just in case Neil does decide to try anything. And round Stowe, looks like nothing's going to happen there. Oh, he might be able to get on the outside, but he's going to be on the wrong side for the chicane unless he wants to do the cut back and try and get Jamo out the corner. Or he could try and stick it round the outside, which is what he's doing. Oh, he backs out of it sensibly there. Jamo wasn't going to give another inch than what he needed to there. Good racing between these two. Meanwhile, TY and Bidzster still out front, still pushing each other really hard. TY goes in a little bit deep, but that's probably just a difference in lines. Don't think that's going to happen out of here. No, Bidzster's not close enough yet. Meanwhile, there's Jay Houston. Oh! Big contact! Big contact. Jamo's in the wall. Where's Neil? That's Keith. The camera decides to wake up and decide what it's doing. There's Neil. So I don't know what happened there. We came to that a bit late. I'm sure we'll get a replay of that. Now let's go on board with Stevie and find out what happened to Neil and Jamo on the last lap of the sprint race. So Neil runs wide onto the grass, brakes, no control whatsoever on the grass, and goes and completely just takes out Jamo. No, not Jamo's fault at all there. It was just what happened because Neil lost control on the grass. Now let's have a look at that Neil and Jamo incident on board with Neil. So he gets a good run through the first corner, goes onto the outside, which will be the inside for Village, goes onto the grass and brakes, loses all control. Jamo's in the wrong place at the wrong time, pisses backwards. Keith lucky to get away with not hitting Neil face on, and Stevie just got away with a couple of little scrapes, but just one of those things. Neil got onto the grass, lost complete control of the car and went into Jamo. Was in the wrong place at the wrong time. But anyway, back to the action. Bidzster and TY still got that sheet of paper between them because he couldn't split him without. Bidzster's still trying to find a way past, keeping the pressure on and towards Cops. You see Bidzster's aggressive line as he goes into the corner. He's got a bit of a better run this time. He's flashing his lights, not his brake lights, he's flashing his lights at TY, saying, come on, I'm behind you, the pressure is on, what are you going to do? Oh, and you can just see the smoothness of TY, and Bidzster's throwing the, almost loses it, coming round Maggots, sorry, Beckett's, and then out of Chapel. Oh, such a twitch, and he's lost half a second there. That's probably lost his race, because we are on the last lap. It's only a 4-lap race, this sprint race, because it's a bigger track. So I think TY is probably going to get this, but we'll just quickly swap before they cross the line to see what else is going on. So there's Jay, Stevie, there's Keith, Jamo, so it's all a bit more spread out. But here comes TY round the club chicane for the last time to win the sprint race at Silverstone, which will consequently mean he'll start at the back of the grid for the feature. So well done to TY, victory at Silverstone, sprint race, Bidzster second, tried but just tried a bit too hard. There's Jay Hewson on the podium in the BMW, at last he'll be saying. He's found it hard in the BMW this season so far. We're only just approaching the halfway point, so he's got a lot to do with that car still. There's Stevie and Keith in the background crossing the line. There's Neil. Don't know what. There's Neil in 6th place. Mr. Danny Quaver 7th place, followed by Jamo, who got shunted off in that incident. Blakeney in 9th, when the camera decides to wake up. And there's Domingo coming across in the background. Right then, guys, that was the sprint race. Look forward to seeing you in the future.